Hi, Libra. This is your November monthly reading. So this will be from November 1st to November 30th, 2020. If you're new to the channel or you're visiting, welcome. You're invited to stay. Um, and what was I going to say just now? Yeah. It's Friday here in NYC. If you don't live in NYC, you live on a different time frame, you live in a different country, it's great to have you here. And supporting the channel. I'm really appreciative of you all. I will do a meet and greet at some point. I just need a larger space. That's why I keep the camera like this. It's just easier, it's convenient because I don't really have a lot of space. This table is literally like super small. Okay. All right. Anyway, let's look to see what energies are coming through for you from November. All right. So Libra. Something is a smart idea. So, however you want to look at a smart idea, that's really broad. So that could resonate with absolutely anything. Okay. All right. So perfect. Queen of Swords energy is underneath. So this could be you. This could be another Libra female. This could be another. This could be an Aquarian or Gemini energy that's a female. The spirit is telling me that they're a friend, or at least one of them is a friend that the spirit wants me to center on as heading energy. Okay. But something's going on with them. So if they're a friend, I'm getting the idea something is going on. Something. I mean, I'm not gonna say something is mentally going on, but I mean something could be. It could be therapy related. It could be stress related. Sometimes with mental situations, it could be stress related, mentally, mental health. Something. I mean, I don't know if you're going through any kind of stress, or it's just an external Queen of Swords energy that may be experiencing some type of mental stress. And mental stress is not bad. I get the idea of pills and like prescription medication and those kind of things. So I don't know if that's something that you're dealing with, or that's just something that an external Queen of Swords hides. That's something that an external Queen of Swords energy, they hide that. And they may hide the fact that they need to take some type of prescription medication for something. And it doesn't have anything to do with mental health. It could have something to do with a like a cyst or some other kind of like problem physically, that they could be possibly taking medication for. So it just depends on the energy that is going through. But the idea of this entity, the idea of them taking something and the spirit saying that they're hiding and doing it, which means that they're either not supposed to be taking some type of pill, or like something could also be drug related. So if it's not anything that they're taking for a health issue, then it's something that like they're taking for recreational use that they may want to hide. And this could be someone. I get a new friend. You observe them to be a new friend, and these are things that you're learning about them, but they keep some aspect of themselves really hidden. And it could be their health, and their health could be something, an aspect about their physical or mental health that they may be hiding from you. And it implies that prescription medication is involved. And there's also this other idea that they don't want you to see them taking the medicine, which implies that something may not be right, or they're taking something that is for recreational use, but they could be on a drug habit that you don't know what they have. So it's important, because if they're a new friend or there's someone that you just decided to live with or work with, you need to know. I mean, I would deem you to need to find out that immediately before something gets crazy. The Seven of Pentacles energy is in the starting point. Seven of Pentacles would be your work environment. Is anywhere that get funds from. So it would be your workplace. You can make money else inside of your house, however you want to look at that. Seven of Pentacles could be literally traveling to the bank and extracting funds from the machine, the ATM machine or whatever. Seven of Pentacles. But why is she watching me? So when I say that to you, why is she watching me? You're like, why is she watching me? So if it's them, they may watch. As I ran through those examples, somebody could be watching you like that. And what they could be a love partner, their friend, their coworker, whatever it is that you're doing in terms of making money and how you collect money. Someone is watching you along those lines. So you could literally be traveling to the bank and they're watching you. You could literally be in the store, they're watching you. You could be at home making money and they're watching you. However you want to look at watching you could be there in front of you looking at you, or watching everything that you do, or watching you, like they may watch you online. You may watch them online. Watching someone online could also be like, if you, for example, like if you follow that person on social media and they may like everything that you post, or you may like a lot of different things that they post, but I get excessive. So when I say that too, something may be really excessive or obsessive. So excessive, or obsessive, like be obsessive. Like however you want to look at that. You know what I mean? And that could be, I don't know if that's necessarily something that you're doing or that's something that you observe about them, but it's bringing me back to the idea of pills. It's bringing me back to the idea of medication, prescription medication, or some type of recreational drug that you either know someone takes or you don't know that they take it. So what's interesting about this is that if you, okay, for example, people are under a lot of stress, I understand, but one situation with this is that if someone, say you're on your Instagram page and someone like, someone, as soon as you post something, someone likes it, and then you post something else and then they like something, they like it again, or whatever it is, or they just like everything at once. So it's like, the little heart that shows you the notification, and you go on there and it's like maybe about 20 likes from the same person, and something may, like, I keep getting, every time I talk about it, something is drug related something is drug related, or you may be thinking that something is drug related with somebody's behavior like that. So it is or it is not. It just depends on what's going on there. Every time I go on those examples. If it's not anything like that, the Seven of Pentacles energy that's in the starting point would mean that you're still making money, you're still financially stable. Even if someone is watching you. So when I say that, even if someone is watching you, you're still making money, whatever that means. Even if the Spirit said, even if someone is watching you like that, however you want to look at it, you're still making. It could be positive or negative, however you want to look at it. It could be like a boss that you notice something weird about a boss or a supervisor, and they watch you all the time, and you're like, I'm still making money. And something is obsessive about them watching you all the time, whatever it is. The Seven of Wands, or it's a social media situation with a friend, it's a social media situation with a coworker or a supervisor. It's something strange, but you're finding out, you're realizing that someone is taking some type of recreational drug that is making them really, like, it's making them really attentive to things, like it's making them really hyper. It could be antidepressants, and those kind of things may be counteracting chemically with someone that you're dealing with, and you don't know that they're on antidepressants. The Seven of Wands is in a waiting position here. Seven of Wands will be fire complaining to. Seven of Wands will be you complaining to a fire sign. Complaining to fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag elements, but not attentive. So when I ran through all the fire signs, you deem them to not be attentive to you. Attentive meaning pay attention to you. Attentive meaning pay attention to a complaint that you have about an external air sign element that's a female. But why are you complaining about? So when I said that, they could be asking you, why are you complaining about them? You're still working with them. You're still making money with them. You decided to live with them. You decided to do something with them. Why are you now complaining about them? Because what's interesting about it is something, a behavior that you realize someone has that may be starting to annoy you. They deem you to have put yourself in that situation with that person, and now what's happening, they deem you not be able to get out of a situation with that person now, whatever the situation may be. You know what I mean? Or you could have been in a situation where you were with the Queen of Swords energy for some period of time, and you're like, Seven of Wands, you're explaining to the fire sign energy, I had to leave that person. You know what I mean? And they could be related to that person. That person, the fire sign energy, could be related to an external Queen of Swords energy, but they're a friend also. So when I say that, it's their friend also. It's their family member also. It's their cousin also. It's their co-worker also. Whatever the situation is there. And they're like, I don't understand. They're talking to you. You're talking, explaining to them. You're complaining to them. And they're like, I don't understand why you chose to work next to that. I don't understand why you chose to work next to her. Why you chose to do a business with her. Like, they're confused. You know? So now what's happening, you're still making money, but she's going to complain about. You're still making money. The fire sign energy is trying to tell you she is going to complain about the money that you're making with her, you made from her, that you took, whatever it is, or that you do something with them together, but something is off. You do something together with the external Queen of Swords, and something is off. You're explaining to the fire sign energy something is off. And it could be payments that you observe to be off. You know, it could be payments that you observe something that's off about a payment, and you're telling the fire sign where's the payment, or you're telling them that something happened with my supervisor, something happened with my friend, or oh, I see what's going on here. Someone watching you all the time. You could have put money somewhere and missing. You could have put money somewhere and it's missing. And someone may need the money for drugs. That's what I was saying. And it could be an external Queen of Swords energy that may need money for drugs. Or some type of recreational thing. Or prescription medication and painkillers that they use to get high. I'm just giving examples that somebody could be doing that. But I get you got yourself into it. So the Seven of Wands, the fire signs are trying to tell you, you got yourself into that. You know, whatever it is. You could be a dude and you're dating them, and they have odd behavior like that. You could be a female and you're doing business. You live with them. You work with them. You live with them. Whatever it is you do with them. And they steal. The spirit said that they steal things from you. Or you realize that they do. Whatever it is. And you're like, why is she watching me all the time? You know? But trying to get back with the fire sign. So the Seven of Wands is also trying to get back with, live with, work with, be next to the fire sign energy. Leo, Aries, or Sag. You know? Whatever it is. But the spirit also said that it was their recommendation. So the Seven of Wands in a waiting position, it was their recommendation. Some type of recommendation that the fire sign gave you was to be or do something with the external Queen of Swords. But I get neurotic too. So when I say that too, something is neurotic about them. But the fire sign energy may not have realized that something was, you know, neurotic about an external Queen of Swords. So there's a number of different scenarios that are going on here. Before I go any further, this is a situation here where you are closely working with someone that they're either a boss or a friend or supervisor or something, a housemate, whatever it is that they are, and you're observing really interesting behaviors that they have. And one element about the fire signs is that they either recommended you do something with that person, and they may be regretting giving you that kind of recommendation, or you're going to them and you're complaining to them and they're trying to tell you that it was your choice to get yourself in that kind of situation with the air sign element that's a female, that's external. And now what's happening with it is that you either, but don't want to leave somewhere yet. You don't want to leave somewhere yet. That's why the Seven of Wands is there. You may not want to leave somewhere yet with someone, because that's why I said Seven of Pentacles energy and money and collecting money is maybe really tied into the Queen of Swords energy. Some of them may be really tight about it. And you're telling the fire sign, energy, I can't do anything. I can't do anything. They may be like, you can't leave her yet. You got to stay there a little longer. You got to do something a little longer with them before you decide to leave. Whatever the situation is there, because a percentage of money belongs to her. A percentage of money that you may be making in one scenario here may belong to the Queen of Swords energy that's external. The Nine of Cups energy is in the present. So Nine of Cups will be which is met with water sign. But living with, which is met with water sign. You may end up living with a water sign. But it's a 9. So rent. It's a 9 because someone may be asking for rent. Or you may need rent to give to the water sign. whatever it is, telling the fire sign energy, I get moved back in with parent. You're telling someone like fire sign, whatever fire sign, you're explaining to them, I'm going to move back in with my parent, or I want to move back in with my parent, temporarily or permanently, or you just want to go visit a parent. It's cups, so it's family. So if it's not only a parent, then it's a cousin, it's a sister, it's a sibling of some kind, it's whatever. Or it's another friend. You want to go see another friend, another family member of a mom or dad. You know what I mean? You may want to stay long. You don't want to stay long. It may be temporarily. But how to explain that to this person? You may try to figure out a way to explain that to an external Queen of Swords energy that's underneath. Or you need to explain that to the fire sign. You know? I get something about relative. So relative could be, there's a relative situation going on here. So like a relative as in like a family situation, like a relative, or something that is like relatable or relative about somebody's actions. Like some type of action that the Queen of Swords energy has may be similar to the fire sign. Or you're telling, or you're expressing to the water, I want to leave. You're expressing to the water sign energy, I want to leave. So you either want to leave fire sign, who they're tied to. You want to leave fire sign, but you may want to leave who the fire sign energy is tied to. So the Queen of Swords energy could be, alright, for example, say the fire sign energy is like a love partner, their parent. Say the fire sign energy is like a love partner of some kind. Something's going on with their parent. Queen of Swords energy underneath external could be their parent, their sibling, their friend, whatever it is. So your water sign energy here, it could be coming in as your family. You should leave. The water sign energy that's coming in here like family, your family, not the fire sign. If you're really separate from the fire sign and they're like a partner of some kind, water sign energy is trying to tell you maybe you should leave. Maybe you should leave maybe you should leave his or her parent, their mom, their dad. If you're dating or dealing with the fire sign energy like that. Or the fire sign energies could be family members. And so are the water sign energies housemate. And so are the water sign energies could be housemates. Or the Seven of Wands, Nine of Cups, they could be fire sign and water sign energies that are family members. Queen of Swords energy could just be someone that you live with or work with, or they're a friend. And the fire sign energies and water sign energies that are family members are trying to tell you depart from a situation that with an external Queen of Swords. And you may be thinking that you're unable to do so. You may be thinking, or someone may be thinking that you're unable to do so. But you're saying that the recommendation was coming from a family member or another friend or a love partner, but shouldn't have taken. So Seven of Wands, maybe you shouldn't have taken up the fire sign energy on that kind of offer to do something with the external Queen of Swords energy that's there. And the Nine of Cups is taking breaks and going to stay with family, or your mom, your dad, or sibling. You know, is taking breaks from family and doing something away from someone that is some type of really tight. So it could be a marriage, it could be like a love partnership with a Queen of Swords. It could be you dating them, they're just a friend, they're like a co-worker that asks you to work with them, and they've got really interesting habits. You're complaining to if it's not that, you're complaining to an actual love partner about them, if you just work with them. Or you're complaining to another family member about them and they don't know what to do. They're like, the spirit also said that they're friends to that person, that's their recommendation to you, and now something is stuck. But then, I mean, you may not be stuck. Well, it just depends on what's going on. But the Nine of Cups energy is in the present there. So the future has the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles could be an earth sign male, could be a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo element. That's a man. They're in the future. I'll get back to them in a second. The Wheel of Fortune, sorry, not the Wheel of Fortune. Temperance card energy is there as a sign of Sag. So Seven of Wands, you may be arguing with a Sag about something. Like I said, if it's not only a Sag, it could be Aries and Leo's there too. But there's a Sag here in the instincts. But I keep getting their recommendation. So it could be a Sag recommendation, Leo, Aries recommendation, but the Sag is there. So something that you have going on with an external Queen of Swords energy is a Sag responsibility. Or the Queen of Swords energy is maybe related. I get used to date. The Sag may have used to date a Queen of Swords energy, or whatever other fire sign may have used to. If it's not a work and family situation, they're telling you go live and work with that other family member or that other co-worker, then it's just the recommendation that they gave you was to work with someone that you're saying that they used to date. They used to date an external Queen of Swords energy that's there. Other fire signs used to date Queen of Swords energy that's there. Aries used to be with Queen of Swords. Sag used to be with Queen of Swords to some whatever extent they used to be with the external Queen of Swords energy that's there. But is temperance there with your instincts, and I get should pay. Is temperance in the instincts because they should pay for something too. They should be paying for something. They should be, whatever it is you're doing business wise with a Queen of Swords energy external, their complaint, it has something to do with their complaint, or they're trying to complain about something, but it's Sag related and it involves wallet. It's Sag related and it involves a Sag element wallet. Whatever fire sign energy, it involves their wallet. I get patience. It involves their wallet. It involves their money. It involves their patience. For them to deal with Queen of Swords external, for you to deal with Queen of Swords energy external, you're going to them and you're telling them and you're giving them these complaints. I get her work ethic. You're talking about Queen of Swords energy work ethic. And their work ethic doesn't always have to be bad. Work ethic could be something that's obsessively and excessively done. That temperance energy and instincts, you're trying to explain that to someone. And you're like, they're trying to tell you, stay and work with her just a little bit longer. So it's their ex that they could have hooked you up with. It's their love partner they could have hooked you up with to do something with. Or whatever it is. Live with, work with, visit, go do something with. But it's also their responsibility. If it's a Sag, it's their responsibility. Aries, Libra, not Aries. Yes, Aries, Leo, it's their responsibility, their recommendation. Something may be really intertwined with the way a business runs here too. And somebody's work ethic and behavior, and somebody on pills, and fire sign didn't realize. Fire sign may not have realized that someone that they hooked you up to work with or do something with is on some type of medication recreationally or illness wise. And it's good. You're thinking that it may make something about a business, it may damper a business in some way too. If it's a business related situation that is happening like that. That's why the temperance is there in the instincts. And you're like, she's watching me all the time, and the way she's moving, and she's taking prescription medication, and she's popping pills and the recreational drugs and whatever. The fire sign energy is just like, deal with it, and you're aggravated because they're trying to tell, it's their recommendation. It's someone that they tried to like drop off on you that they may not want to deal with anymore. It just depends on what's going on. So I'll give you a really interesting example. If you're a guy and you could be in a situation here where you could be dating your friend's ex, and you should have used your intuition into why they're even an ex to somebody. That something may not be neurologically right with someone, or they're on drugs to some extent. They're on some type of drug. Or someone just watch. If it's not that kind of situation, then whether you're a man or a woman, your friend, your Sag could be a business partner. One element about it, your Sag could be a business partner, and they're just recommending, as simple as that. They're just recommending you work with someone that they used to work with or date, and you're starting to do something with them, and they're watching you on social media all the time, or they're stalking you, or they're doing something really obsessively and excessively. And you can't take it anymore. It just depends on what's going on. You're arguing with them. You made a mistake. Why would you send me this quality? Why would you send me somebody of this kind of quality? The page, that's you to them, that's them to you. Page of Wands energy is here. So that could be a kid in the mix. That could be a child in the mix. Somebody's kid in the mix. So it's an Aries child, fire sign energy, that's child. Leo child, Sag child. It's a fire sign energy that's a child, or they're a younger person. So they could be in your age group, however old you are. If you're like a young adult kind of individual, that could be them. That could be the fire sign energy showing up here next to the Seven of Pentacles, but would rather work with. So when I said you would rather work with a younger fire sign than a, a Queen of Swords energy external you would rather work with. You could be expressing that to someone that you would rather work with them. The Seven of Wands may resonate with the Page of Wands. You would rather work with a Leo, live with a Leo, do something with an Aries or a Sag, rather not someone that you chose to work with, or you just ended up with somehow for whatever reason. So it's work or a personal and private relationship or some type of bond, interesting bond that you have with Queen of Swords you're trying to get away from. But it may be too late to try to get away from somebody. Really? Maybe, maybe not. It just depends on the situation and somebody being reliable or not. But the Page of Wands is in the accomplishments. If it's not only a person, could be a child that you're saying you would rather be with, you would rather do something with, or you, be with in the sense where live with. You may not live with a particular child, or it's a younger person that you may not be seeing every day now, or they may work in a different location than where you chose to work in, something like that, or they live and work, or such a younger person. It just depends on what's going on. Whatever it is. If it's not, like I said, if it's not only a person, then it's just a creative venture that you're thinking alone. It's a creative venture that you're thinking that you should have just done alone. You should have just done it alone, or you thinking that you should have done it with a fire sign energy instead. Or you do it with a fire sign energy and something's going on with them, or it's the Queen of Swords energy that's underneath. But making matters worse. It's a Queen of Swords energy underneath that's making something worse. You deeming to be making something worse. But the Page of Wands is a creative thought process that you have where you're either you're in the works of trying to figure out how to do something alone, or it could be live alone, work alone, do something alone, whatever it is. But it's something about that is prescription medication tied, is recreational drug tied. Because that could be something that you're just trying to pin on someone. But I also get a landlord too. So I get this idea of a landlord or a super or something. That could be something. Seven of Wands could be resonating with someone that owns an apartment building or a complex. Or it's a supervisor situation that you want to complain. You may want to pin that issue on somebody just to get someone out of a place so you can have something by yourself. That's another situation. It could be a home you want for yourself. It could be an office space you want for yourself. And you realize somebody's on drugs that you're in a tight space with. Some type of drug for whatever reason, or they're just, or something about them is just obsessive. They just watch you all the time. They do something on social media all the time. And it's something about it is making you crazy. The Seven of Wands energy is in the spiritual self, right next to the Six of Wands. It's next to the Seven of Wands energy. But going to work out something for you. So the 6 represents a good omen, and it's right next to the 7. So whereas you were once arguing with someone, they're now going to turn around. It's in the spiritual self because it's in the spiritual self because it could be a hope that you have that someone does help you fix something or turn around something in your favor. And it could be landlord related, work related, whatever that means. Something business deal related, house related. Death card is in the mentalities. That's a sign of Scorpio. So there could be a Scorpio involved. Yeah, Scorpio got Sag. I keep getting their recommendations. So something's going on with Scorpio and Sag recommendations. Death card, Sag recommendation. Death card by itself. It's the Sag recommendation. Aries recommendation. Sag, Leo recommendation. Fire sign recommendation, period. Or something that you could have recommended them, could be messing them up. So they could be coming to you with a complaint about Queen of Swords energy underneath. You never know. Could be them towards you, you towards them. Or it's a sign of Scorpio that's there that, visit. It's a sign of Scorpio that you may want to visit. You want to visit a Scorpio. They could be a family member or another friend, That has good advice. So it's a Scorpio that may have good advice about a Page of Wands or about a Queen of Swords external. And the Queen of Swords external doesn't only have to be an air sign, female. It could be another zodiac sign that's embodying Queen of Swords energy too. Taking that all this fire is here as well. You know? Page of Wands. Scorpio having good advice. Sag in fault. Sag in fault. You know? Aries in fault. Whatever. Some Leo. Or they're coming to you with that same type of situation about someone or something that they deal with that they don't want to deal with anymore. That's why the Death card is in mentality with the Sag. You're trying to figure out how to get out of a situation. High Priestess is in a changing position. So the High Priestess would mean it's your intuition. It's the Queen of Intuition. So meaning that you wonder. Meaning that you may no longer need to wonder about someone in your space. High Priestess kind of goes hand in hand with Scorpio. But yeah, what they did. So High Priestess goes hand in hand with Scorpio. It has something to do with what they did, what they said, what they've been talking to, who they've been talking to. And who they've been talking to could be the fire sign. Who they've been talking to could be the Queen of Swords. I guess something about a skit as well too. So it could be associated with some type of work that involves skits. Skits in the sense where this is either something the Scorpio is recommending you do, or you're realizing that a Scorpio could have ran something like that through with a fire sign or a Queen of Swords energy. Some type of skit. So it's a skit, like literally it's a skit, or like skit as in, typically when people do that is a lie. Typically when people talk about running through a skit with someone, it's a complaint that's not real. It's an inquiry about a complaint that is not real. Or some part of it is not real. That's why the Death card is there too. So something that you're doing or your observance of someone is not, something about it isn't true, it's not real. Or something that they do, some type of movement Queen of Swords energy external has, something movement that they have may not be real. Oh, I understand what's happening here. Oh, this is a lot of information. If something isn't real, if somebody's running through a skit with you, for example, I'll just give you a really minor example. If someone is running through a skit with you where it has something to do with somebody's like really, say for example, you want to offer space to yourself. So someone's running through a skit with you, like somebody's behavior that you share an office with, for example, you don't like them. So the skit would mean that another friend of yours or another coworker of yours, offices down, or that they live or work somewhere else, they're running through a skit with you to share with someone that is responsible for overlooking that's responsible for overlooking the energy within an office, like the people that are responsible for why you even have the office. You're talking to those people, and somebody is running through a skit with you first. Okay, someone is running through a skit with you first, but something is a lie about the skit. It's a skit. The skit would be a lie if you're dealing with it metaphorically. It has something to do with just getting someone to not be in the same space as you. So trying to pin an issue on someone that you may deem to be annoying, trying to pin an issue on them just to get them out of a situation. You know what I mean? Just to get them out of a situation. But it's something about it is a lot of work. You know what I mean? Something about it is a lot of work. I mean, I would think that's a lot of work to do just to get somebody, whatever it is. So either that's something that you're doing with someone else, someone is helping you to do because of a complaint that you have, or they could be doing that, or you're realizing that I get mutual friends. You're realizing that they are having that same type of communication with like mutual friends that you have with them. So it's like you live with them or you work with them, and something is happening there like that. Or you just see them every day, whatever it is. But they watch you all the time, or you watch them. But it has something to do with sharing something, or some type of pay, or whatever it is, some involving pay and money and those kind of things. The Wheel of Fortune energies in the resolution going towards the King of Pentacles can help you. So King of Pentacles energy can help you. That's why the wheel is there going towards them. They can help you with something. Or they can help you, get a new job. They can help you get a new job if something odd is happening like that with you in a job you're already in, a home environment you're already in, whatever environment you're in that this is happening, someone can help you alleviate the issue. You know, someone can help you alleviate it. There's a variety of situations into what will be happening in these environments. You know, so I'll run through them one more time. One scenario is that if you live with a Queen of Swords energy, whether you're a man or a woman, you date them, they're a housemate, whatever it is they are to you, they have some type of obsessive or excessive behavior either on social media, or they watch you, or they do something strange. They just have weird movement surrounding a person. Can interfere with what you're trying to do in life. I can understand that. I completely understand that. So it's like you trying to figure out a way to swap them out, you know, or just try to get them to be, or just try to get someone else external to ask them to leave because of either a real behavior that you observe that they have, or is something that's fabricated about the complaint that about them. But the reason for why it's even happening has something to do with you just wanting something for yourself, or some aspect of their personality you may not be able to stand. So what's happening with it is that you're trying to figure out a way to pin a problem on them so that they can get into an argument with someone like a boss or a super or a landlord, so that they then will be asked to leave. Because, for example, if you're in an apartment, if it's an apartment complex situation and you share something with them, then, you know, they can be easily asked to leave, especially if your name is on the lease only. You know what I mean? If it's that kind of situation, or if it's like, it could be like marriage related. It could be, that could be a lawyer that you're having that kind of communication with, whatever it is. Or it's, what's another environment? It's an office space you share with someone. It's whatever this is happening, however it resonates. All right. King of Pentacles can help. The Scorpio, something is going on interesting with a Scorpio that's helping you, or they know why someone is behaving the way that they are. So the Scorpio knows why someone is behaving the way that they are in a business with you, or in a home environment, workplace with you, because they may know that person, or they saw that person do something, and it could be like a drug related thing, or the situation of having somebody just trying to have something by themselves. You know, it could be a man or a woman that somebody's trying to have by themselves. You know what I mean? Office, home, apartment, whatever kind of environment. Initiation is on the other side, and Renaissance. I always get the same cards. You know what? Let me use the other one real quick, because I always get the same cards. Let me do outcome with these. Okay. Alright, Two of Swords. Decision making situation about air sign. It is your energy, so it would be a decision that needs to be made. I get this idea of cutting somebody off. So there's that idea of trying to cut someone off. Trying to cut them off, right? Cut them off is air too, so it's a sword, so it could be like online. You know what I mean? Because you could have once been with someone, and you know, you could have once been with a friend, and they did something really deceptive. You know, it's really not good to have too many friends. You know what I mean? Because the larger the group of people, the more problems, you know, that you give yourself. So it's good to just keep one or two really good friends, or maybe three really good friends around. Because there's people that they talk amongst themselves, and not everybody can be trusted. Especially if it has something to do with a motive, especially if it has something to do with something that is like skit-like. You know what I mean? And that could be literally something that's going on in your work environment, where you have to do a skit with children, or a skit for a job, or it's a skit like what do you call it? Or it's just a skit where, It's somebody's trying to play. Somebody's playing, but it's the playing is causing problems. All right. Okay, let's see. Playing is drug playing. Playing is this is not the place to be doing that kind of thing. You're gonna mess me up, kind of thing, right? All right, Libra. Let me know how it resonates with you. Be well. Take care. Bye.